Shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. There was in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick little lesson, quick lesson on how to remember the Hebrew language. I just did a lesson, but I forgot a couple of characters. So I wanted to do it over again to make sure we wasn't leaving anything out. Like we going to, no stone unturned, all that get understanding. A way and a technique that I've learned doing it, using the Hebrew language and remembering and understanding it was the ABCs, because of course, we want to go through the Hebrew chart, which is 22 characters. In the English language, you got 26 alphabets. Hebrew language, you got 22. So before we get on with the lesson, we want to read a precept, which is Zephaniah 3 and 9. It says here, "For then I will turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent." Okay, and that pure language is the ancient Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, which is the holy tongue. Okay, going into the word Ibarya, which means of the past or ancient. Okay, another way of saying the Hebrew, okay, or the holy tongue. So what I found easy for me, of course, is writing it all out, because you have the Assyrian script, which a lot of people have a hard time remember the Assyrian script because it's kind of modern day. It's not modern day, but they've been using it in Assyria, in the Jeddas of Assyria. Then you got the, what do you call it, the Carmanians. Okay, then you got certain Ishmaelites. They used a broken dialect of the Assyrian script of Hebrew, like they got Aramaic. They basically call it Aramaic as well, but that's a broken form of Hebrew. Okay, but the ancient Lashon Kodash, which is the holy tongue, we got the Paleo Hebrew, you got the Assyrian script. So what I found was edifying or beneficial to my studies was to write it all out. Okay, you got Ka, Ya, Ta, Cha, Za, Wa, Ha, Da, Ga, Ba, A, Tha, Sha, Ra, Kwa, Tza, Pa, I, Sa, Na, Ma, La. Okay, and when you look here to the left, these are the Assyrian characters. Okay, this is what you would see when you're going into the blue letter or when you're going into your modern day Taurus. Okay, you don't really see the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, unless you're looking at old relics or the Lashon Kodash, where you have particular stones dating back to Babylon, okay, or the Assyrian Empire, etc. You will see parts of the Paleo Hebrew, but mainly we deal with the Assyrian script, which a lot of brothers have a hard time of remembering the Assyrian script because we're so familiar with the Paleo. Like you're not going to open a Torah and see, well, the modern day Torahs, you're not going to open that up and see the Paleo, but you're going to see the Assyrian script. Okay. And another thing too, for you camp leaders out there, flashcards is always a good idea. Like I wrote the Paleo on the left, then I wrote the Assyrian script on the right. Then you put the letter on the back. So this will represent the Ka in the Hebrew, and then you put it on the back. Like the scriptures say that the repetition is the master of skill. Okay, mastery of skill by repeating things. When you constantly repeat things, then you will understand it, and then before you know, it will become muscle memory. We know every brother's learning habits are different. Everybody doesn't catch on pretty fast, so every brother have different study habits, etc. But overall, I found what helped me writing it down on a flashcard. Bam, 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 bam. So you visualize it in your mind. Then before you know it, you'll be saying it within a couple of weeks. Okay, certain brothers a couple of days. Like if I studied this in thorough, like I was supposed to, I'll probably be fluent in it. But we don't use it every day, so it's easy to lose this if you don't study it. It's not that you don't know it, but if you don't study it, then you will lose it. Okay, but another way of being beneficial to learning this thing is you write out the 26 alphabets, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, etc. Now, when you go into the Hebrew right here, this is how an easy way for you brothers to learn. So when you think of A, you think of A in the Hebrew, okay? So A, A, B, Ba, C, Ka, okay? D, Da, okay? So that's another way on how to remember it, because just think about the alphabets and say, okay, and they say A, O, A, B, Ba, C, Ka, or Cha, D, Da, okay, G, Ga, all right, H, Ha, etc. All right, so you got G, Ga, H, Ha, I, okay, then you got K, Ka, L, La, M, Ma, N, Na, Okay, there's no O. Okay, though the O characteristic in the Hebrew, in the Paleo Hebrew, will be I. Okay, but K, Ka, then you have L as in La, M as in Ma, N, Na. Okay, P, Pa, Q, Qua, R, Ra. Okay, now when you go to the S, you have Sa and Sha. Okay, so think of those particular words, Sa and Sha. Then T would be Taza, Tha, and Ta. Okay, there's no U's, no V's. Okay, that Yehovah stuff. No, that's not in the Hebrew. That's not in Allah Shawan Kodash. It's only 22 characters. Then you have W, which is Wa. Okay, no X. Even though X in Hebrew, in the Paleo Hebrew, would be considered Tha. I believe it's a Tha. It's kind of like a Cyrus cross, but that's where they get that from. So technically, in the English alphabet, that X or that sideways cross would be a Tha. Okay, in the Paleo. You have Y as in Yah, and then Z, Za. So those are the way that you can remember them. So what I do, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, write out your alphabets, and then line up the Hebrew words according to the English alphabet. That way you will remember it easier. Okay, because like this here, like I was looking into the Hebrew, the Lashuan Kodash. I seen brothers with a wooden plank like this. And what happens is they have all 22 characteristics of the Paleo Hebrew, and you can get it made in the Assyrian script too. But oftentimes I'm in the process of getting one. But you can hang it up and you can look at it and read it every morning, and that way you're familiar with it. Like the name of this is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you got Yah, okay, Ha, Wa, Sha, I. Okay, Yah, that character, Yah, Ha, Wa, Sha, I. Okay. Same thing here. Yah, Ha, Wa, Ha. Okay, so when you're familiar with those characters, it becomes second nature the more you study it. Like this is the Torah or the Torah. This is written mainly in the Assyrian script. Okay, you're not going to see it in the Paleo Hebrew, but you're going to see it in the Assyrian script. Okay, and this is a thing that brothers have a hard time reading is the Assyrian script, you see. But that's just a quick little pointer on the way I remember, the way that I learned and the way that I can kind of remember it. In case brothers, get put on a spot or you get quizzed on some things, just think of the ABCs and you'll go from there. All right. So, Salakia, man, I had to shut the other show down because I forgot to add the Cha, okay, or the Cha here, which is, the Paleo looks like a ladder almost. I forgot the Cha and I forgot the Tha and the Sha, okay, which the Shah would be like a W, okay, as in Shah, Yahweh Shah, I, okay, and then you have the Tha, which is the sideways cross or the X. So that's just a way that I've learned it, plus putting it on flashcards and stuff like that and drawing it out and constantly going through at least once or twice a week. You'd be surprised on how much you could remember when when you study it or when you actually put your mind to it. This is Hebrews. We should know this language. This is our language. So we should be speaking it, not fluently, but, hey, it's good to know some words in Hebrew. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakodash. And with that, Shalom and Abba Ball.